Alright, y'all, we're gonna be reacting to the real reason gaming isn't fun anymore. I have my reasons for why I think gaming isn't fun anymore. I don't know. After when the PS4 came out, video games just haven't hit like they used to. But anyways, let's get to the video. I'll explain what I mean as we move on throughout the video.
This is the real reason that gaming isn't the same anymore. You've heard it all at this point. Gaming isn't fun, and gaming just doesn't feel the same as it used to. Obviously,
It doesn't. It doesn't feel the same like it used to. I don't know for sure. Okay, ask yourself what console was some of the greatest games dropped on? It was the PS3. Some of the greatest games dropped on the PS3 console: Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, 2K11, 2K12, 2K13. Those games were fun. It wasn't about microtransactions and cool trailers before they came out. They were fun. Keyword fun. I know what I'm saying. It just doesn't hit the same like it used to. These games don't hit the same like they used to. It seemed like, I know I'm talking a lot right now, but it just seems like developers focused on fun first before graphics and just overall the whole game. They focused on making a fun experience. You know? I don't know. Is it just me? You guys let me know in the comments.
something has changed in gaming for the last couple of years, which is why you've seen these videos so often. Either on TikTok or here on YouTube, we've seen a lot of people talking about how gaming just isn't the same. And they're right, gaming isn't as fun or special as it used to be, but no one is talking about the real reason that it's not the same anymore. A lot of people are saying it's because we're getting older, saying nostalgia is why gaming doesn't feel the same.
Nope, I don't believe that. It's not about getting older. It just feels like these developers are coming out with a trailer. They're coming out with a trailer that will blow your mind. Like, man, look at the trailer. And then when the game comes out, it just underperforms. That's what it feels like with all these games. That's what it feels like. Back then, if what I'm saying isn't correct, the graphics weren't as good back then, but they were fun. The games were fun. Grand Theft Auto, what was the Grand Theft GTA came out in the PS3, right? Was it the one with Trevor and I can't remember which one. It was Trevor and the black guy and the other guy. I can't remember the characters' names on the Grand Theft Auto, but that one was good. It was good. And there was another one with Niko Bellic. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the Grand Theft Auto with Niko Bellic. I can't remember which Grand Theft Auto it is, but those games were fun. But regardless, Grand Theft Auto is always going to be fun. But I'm just saying, like, in general, most of these games, they're not really fun. They're just not fun. They don't hit the same.
Look back on the early days of Minecraft and Fortnite when we were 5 or 10 years younger, and that's what makes the game feel so special. The good old days, back when we didn't have responsibilities and bills to pay. We'd come home from school and play Minecraft when it was brand new, and looking back on it, it feels special because of that. That could be true to some extent, but what about the grown-ups who enjoyed Minecraft just as much as we did as kids? Grown-ups who couldn't wait to clock out and play Minecraft all night long back in 2012. What about them? Some people say it's because gaming has become too oversaturated and competitive.
I never
People
played
making a living off
Minecraft.
of Fortnite and Call of Duty, constantly playing the game and sweating their balls off trying to hit clips day in and day out, making it so that the casual gamer, which is most of us, can't even play without getting absolutely That definitely could be a factor for competitive games, but arguably people were extremely competitive back in the Black Ops 2 days, and people still love that game. Or the Black Ops 3 days, people definitely
I hated Black Ops 3. I don't know. It wasn't a bad game, but it's just the jetpacks. It wasn't my thing. I just didn't like it. It wasn't my thing.
sweat their dicks off on Black Ops 3. But we still loved those two games, and we have a lot of nostalgia associated with them.
Like, for example, Battlefield. I know I keep pausing. I'm sorry. I just have a lot to say. For example, Battlefield 3 was on the PS3. It was fun. But then Battlefield 4 came out on the PS4. I know some people have their own preference. Battlefield 4 wasn't my taste. I didn't like it. It didn't feel the same as Battlefield 3. Just like Battlefield 2042 right now, they had a really nice trailer. The guy jumps out of a helicopter and he has a RPG and he shoots the fucking shoots the plane out of the RPG. It's like boom, Battlefield 2042, and then the trailer and everything's like, man, everyone's excited for the game, and then when the game comes out, it just underperformed. Battlefield 2042 this year. It just wasn't. Sniping was fun, but it just didn't hit like it used to.
Or maybe it's more saturated now, but I don't buy it. What if I told you the real reason we aren't enjoying games anymore is because of something I haven't heard almost anyone mention before? It's because of innovation. Hear me out. Gaming felt so special when Minecraft had just dropped in 2012 because we had never experienced something like it before.
Minecraft.
No one had ever played a game like Minecraft.
How do people play Minecraft?
It felt so special because it was so special. Fortnite is another great example. It was so special in 2018 because no one had ever played a game like it before. The Battle Royale genre was on the rise with PUBG, but Fortnite revolutionized it with the building aspect. No one else had ever played a game like Fortnite back when it had first came out. We had all played shooters before. We had been playing Call of Duty for 10 plus years at that point. PUBG and Battle Royale style games were very fun at that time, but it still was just a first person shooter. The concept of building had never been done before. Shooters mixed with building, it was an entirely new skill.
Black Ops 3 was good, but it's just I didn't like it.
Getting better at something
jetpacks jumping up and down.
Experienced before. You see, the reason gaming feels so.
And then you see what I'm saying, like Black Ops 3, you know, jetpacks, this and that, but then it starts to get worse. It started getting worse and worse. Advanced Warfare, I hated Advanced Warfare. Call of Duty Ghost wasn't too bad. A lot of people didn't like Call of Duty Ghost. And then it just starts to get worse and worse and worse.
Special in the past is because of how quickly gaming evolved. People who have been gaming since Pong feel the same way that us younger kids do. It's not because we're getting older and we are no longer in high school. Rapid innovation is what made games so fun and nostalgic. We were so used to seeing something new and different every single year, which is what made it so much fun. But we've reached a point where companies are taking longer to come up with new games that no one has experienced before. Think about it. Gaming from 2010 to 2015 changed so much more than from 2015 to 2020. In 2010, we got games like Black Ops 1, Red Dead Redemption 1, and Fallout New Vegas. All amazing classics. But within just a few short years after those, we got even more classics such as Skyrim, Borderlands 2, and Grand Theft Auto fucking 5.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 was
technologically
Grand Theft Auto 5 was
than
nice.
the releases even a year prior. This made gaming feel fresh and new because it quite literally was. Every year for so long, we were getting better graphics, new concepts, and new gameplay mechanics. But the issue is, we evolved so quickly that now it's hard for a company to come out with something truly innovative or new. This causes multiple issues. First off, we the consumers start to demand more from companies, and quickly too. The previous AAA title wasn't enough. We need more, and we need it now. This puts pressure on these developers. Giving us a new and improved game back in 2008 took a lot less time than it does now. Games like Red Dead...
I feel like developers just need to go back to the basics, like just make fun games. The graphics is fine. You can only get so good with graphics, but you have to make it fun first before you know.
Red Redemption 2 are the new standard. Games that take quite literally a decade to develop. So now, companies are pressured to release bigger and better games, and there isn't a whole lot bigger or better that we can go. This breeds disasters like Cyberpunk 2077. Games that were released too quickly due to popular demand and pressure from investors. When we're getting bored and tired of games far quicker than companies can give us new games, that leaves us with one option: to fall back on games that we loved prior, but already played the hell out of. Why do you think people are still playing Warzone, Fortnite, and Apex Legends to this day still? Because they're old gems that we have had fun with. But of course they don't feel the same anymore. We've been playing them for years and years on end. The issue is that
nobody wants to play old games.
Grown exponentially as an industry to the point where we can no longer improve every single year like all of us have been used to. Think about it. The best-selling game of the year in 2000 was Tetris. The best-selling game of 2010 was Call of Duty Black Ops 1. During those 10 years, we evolved so rapidly and quickly. Each year and each release felt new and innovative.
Black Ops 1 was so good, man.
Now it is so hard to innovate because virtually everything has been done already. Gaming has expanded and improved so much that we are now in a rut of the same cycle of games while we wait for improvement. Because now it takes so much longer to create a great game. That's not to say that companies can't innovate still. It's just a lot harder. I'm sure that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be absolutely out of this world, but it's going to take a lot more time now. The standard for graphics is basically real life. 120 frames capability, ray tracing, and whatever the hell else. But how do you improve when graphics in games nowadays look like real life? You can't. So companies are tied to the standard of real life looking graphics, which will already take a lot.
I don't really care about, well, to a certain extent, I care about graphics. You can only get so good with graphics. But like, you know, for me, it's all about fun. If I'm not having a fun, I'm not gonna play it.
Of time to develop, and that alone isn't even close to enough for us. That's just the standard. We've already seen that. Real life looking graphics is the bare minimum, so there better be more. Are you starting to see my point now? Of course, gaming 10 years ago feels different than it does now. 10 years ago, we were getting never before seen releases left and right. What people aren't realizing is that we are still seeing that now. It's just taking a lot longer. People are complaining that gaming doesn't feel as fun anymore, but that's not the case when we get a fresh new title. When Red Dead Redemption 2 was brand new, I think it's safe to say that we all felt like little kids again. We were having so much fun. It's just taking longer for those titles, which is why it doesn't feel the same anymore. Like I mentioned, companies still can innovate. Recently, we've gotten God of War Ragnarok, Red Dead 2, Elden Ring, and many more titles that I am forgetting to mention. These are all games that we will look back on.
I heard Elden Ring is a really good game. I never played it.
It was so much fun gaming 10 years ago. We're just not used to having to wait 5 more years for our favorite game company to release games. Take Rockstar, for example. In the last 10 years, from 2013 until 2023, they have released just 2 major titles, Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5. From 2003 to 2012, they released 9 major titles. There were actually more than that. These were just the most popular ones. That is almost Grand Theft Auto 5. From 2003 to 2012, they released 9 major titles.
L.A. Noire. That game was so boring. I played that game, L.A. Noire.
There were actually more than that. These were just the most popular ones. That is almost 5 times more.
Bully was nice. I like Bully.
We were getting a new game from Rockstar
Bully was
every
nice.
year for 9 straight years, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, L.A.
we're
Noire.
getting one release
Boring.
every 5 years out of nowhere. The
I fell asleep playing that
average
game.
lifespan for a Rockstar game from 2003 to 2012 was 1 year. We were used to playing the games for 1 year and then getting another game that we've never experienced before with even better graphics just 1 year later. And that's just from Rockstar. Think of all the other game companies that did similar things during the same time frames. Look at Call of Duty. That game has fallen off because they couldn't innovate. They had done everything already. They had to start reselling titles that they had already seen success with in the past just to sell copies of their game. We were lucky enough to have been able to experience such rapid
SBMM is ruining Call of Duty.
innovation.
SBMM is killing Call of Duty.
So far that we now need to give companies more time. We need to learn to appreciate the
I hated Advanced
that we're
Warfare. I
doing
hated
nowadays, since there are less of them. And we need to realize that there are less of them because they take longer and are 1,000 times more complex than the games were 10 years ago. If we keep pressuring companies to release games sooner because we are impatient and used to being spoiled with gems every year like before, we are only going to get disasters like Cyberpunk. Gaming changed. The days of getting really good 10 out of 10 games every year for years in a row from one single game company are over. We need to understand this, or slowly we will stop enjoying gaming altogether. And that is the real reason that gaming doesn't feel the same anymore.
That was a nice, good video by this guy. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments. When did the video games just not hit anymore? What console? For me, the PS4. As soon as the PS4 came out, it just hasn't hit like it used to. I can't. What is the last? Okay, my favorite game on the PS3 was 2K11, NBA 2K11. My favorite game on the PS4. What was my favorite game on the PS4? See, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember my favorite game on the PS4. But I had so many favorite games on the PS3. 2K11, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. What else? Grand Theft Auto. All those titles on the PS3. They were all fun games. Oh, am I tripping? You guys let me know. Because right now, there's no Call of Duty right now. It's full of hackers, skill-based matchmaking. It's just, boring.